Hey everybody, time for a little update on what I've been working on. So for the last several weeks, I've been deep in the firmware for this guy. This is the Phantasmal Force. It is a 16 button and one knob micro MIDI controller. So it's getting a pretty big revamp in a lot of ways. And also it's getting a new design revision. So this is the one that will still be available. It comes in a enclosure here, fully enclosed, and it's 3D printed by me here, and is available in white and clear. And then I'm working on a kit version of it. So this is what the kit will very likely look like. It's a little scorchy. I have a laser cutter, and I've been testing out the panels, so it will kind of look like this with laser cut panels. You'll assemble it yourself, and this is actually a little rubber foot that I've put over the hole for the light. So let me just hit play on this. Oh, well, before I don't want to give any spoilers here, but one of the updates is there are multiple new sequencer-ish types of modes. One is kind of an arpeggiator or sequencer for notes. One is CC-LFO, so if you want to send CCs in a various wave shape or pattern, you can do that. And then there's an actual pattern CC, a 16-step pattern sequencer for CCs as well. But right here, this little guy, I think this is the thing I'm excited about most, and this was all by accident. So there's a hole under there that I burnt through so that you could see what color the light was shining, because the color is an indicator of what kind of button you just pressed. So I put a rubber foot over it, and it makes it like a giant, cool-looking little display. So it actually lights up through the clearness of the foot, and it looks really cool. So that's part of the kit as well. So you'll get 5 rubber feet, 4 for the bottom, and then you'll get 1 to put right there. It actually feels totally sturdy in your hand, and a lot of designs. Well, you can see this is from Synthx Academy. This is their DIY platform. That's the second version of the Touch platform. So, and I'm using it as an effects processor right now, adding a little bit of reverb and delay. But a lot of things are sandwiched PCBs, and instead of having the fiberglass PCB made, I'm just gonna burn some little tiny sheets of plywood. And so, yeah, so there's a bunch of other changes coming. Right now, the saving and loading is now disappeared from the submenu. It used to be you would toggle into the menus with here, and you could save in the menu. Now it's just a question of holding this down, and you'll see it say, you want to load? And then if you wait long enough, you can save. And so there are 16 save slots that are instantly available, or save or load slots there. You used to have the menu dive. So I had to cut down. There were 26 before, and now there are 16. So I'm using a lot more memory with the new pattern sequencers in there. So I've reduced the number of presets that you can save. I've included some more presets that you can load that are kind of like templates that you can start from, that maybe are like filling every one of these buttons with an arpeggiator type of thing like that. So the arpeggiator, I'm going to go into way more detail on this in a different video, but I just thought I would share that this is coming. So I haven't decided on a price for the kit, and there might be a price change coming for this if I need to do it. Things get more expensive all the time. This has been around for about 1.5 years, and I'm hoping to keep the price the same, but we'll see. Right now, the fully built version goes for $125, and then I think the kit will obviously be less than that, and it's going to be slightly different. I mean, the functionality will be exactly the same, but as you can see, this looks like, a little plastic box, and this looks like something you found in your kitchen drawer, unless maybe someone's attempt at making a calculator or something. Yeah. So I'm putting together the instruction manual for building the kit, and that's almost done. I'll need to rewrite the instruction manual for the whole device because almost every aspect of it has changed, like the menu structure has changed, moving things around. There's also now the option for every button type to say that you want that button to activate immediately when you press it, or I'm working on it. Well, that's what I was working on today. A method to say I want to change to this button, but I don't want to activate it. So there's like, you can either have it be a single tap to activate or 2 taps. So if you wanted to jump from this button to this button, but you didn't want to launch whatever was on this button, that would be an option for that button. Every button having that option individually. Yeah, so in theory, you should be able to have 16 different 16-step sequences running, or arpeggios, whatever you want them to be. There is a step edit mode. So for instance, if you go into here and you go to edit, you'll be on a step edit page, and this will, the top 2 buttons will have the same function. These are octave up and down. This is stepping through. So just to be clear to people that aren't familiar with this is just a MIDI controller. Sounds are actually coming out of this, which is an MT32 Pi. So this channel is set to hit, it's like some kind of marimba sound in there. And so I'm just stepping through my sequence. You can step forward and back. The bottom 12 are, these are just chromatic notes. So I can drop whatever step I'm on. I can play back. And that is locked to whatever scale I've chosen. So there are a bunch of scales. If I wanted this to be an octave up, I'd tap that. And then so there you go. I'm going to back out of here. These will have a number of, so here's all your scales. I've brought these over from Great Conjunction, which I brought over in very large part from the Mono Norns and their music utility, and that's credited in the manual. But yeah, you can get in here and get into 43 different scales. It's, I can read it from here, and my eyes aren't great. I mean, it is small. Don't kid yourself. This isn't something, if you have difficulty reading small things, don't go buy small, tiny devices. I'm working on some randomization methods here because Lord knows I love randomizing things. So right now, randomization is off. Right now, you can change that to say, hey, I want to randomize this sequence now, or you can randomize it at the end of the sequence. I'm toying with randomizing it on every step. Also selectively randomizing just the velocity or just the note. I'm still figuring this out. It's going to be a little bit, but yeah. So randomize it now, and I just lost that cool sounding sequence. I'm kind of sad I just did that, but it's still kind of there. Partially because there are a couple settings here. The density of the sequence I put to 37%. So if I change that density up to 100%, now every note will sound the next time through. Oh, that's if I had it set to randomize at the end, but I don't really want it to. I could randomize it, but I don't want to. I'm going to stop it. So yeah, much more on this later. I'll have to do a detailed walkthrough, but I'm going to also record what I can do with this at this point, and that will be a separate clip. Thanks.